Hello everybody and welcome back to Casual Gamer Oz as we continue our coverage of F1 2017. We're doing some online races in between Season 3 and 4 of our career mode, and we're getting straight into this one. We're doing a 5-lapper around Brazil with some classic cars, and I've got a 98 McLaren MP4-13 to race with. So straight into this one, we thought, instead of waiting around and watching me having to connect and do all these fun stuff that you've thoroughly enjoyed me doing, no doubt. And of course, as we do in between each career season, we do 10 online races just for shits and gigs. And if you're first timer here to Casual Gamer Oz, well, welcome aboard. And clearly, as the name says, we're casual gamers and we don't necessarily do things the best way. We have a controller, we have the racing line on, and don't change setups, and 5-lap races generally, 1-lap qualifying, at least in our career mode, and we just have a bit of fun with it. And I also get quite angry, so be prepared for me to lose it quite easily here. Anyway, looks like I'm starting second last on the grid, which is pretty cool. We have manual start. We do. Alrighty, here we go. Brazil is go. Alrighty, I'm gonna avoid some confrontations at the start. Already there's cars going off everywhere. This 95 Ferrari is being an absolute dick and deciding to deliberately take everyone out. Interesting method there, my friend. Now, obviously, I hate it when people are dicks online, but I know that I'm a bit of a hypocrite considering... Oh, this guy, there he is. Considering I've done it a few times in a couple of the modes myself, but generally I'm only a dick to people when they're a dick to me. So that's my general rule, and this car Meister is a dick. Look at him go. Just deliberately trying to take people out here. And this is the type of person you want to avoid. Now, obviously, don't go back and watch my F2004 in Japan video when they turned off all the assists on us, because that one I was deliberately a dick. But besides that, I'm generally pretty good. I'm just scared for this guy because he is not to be trusted. He was taking people off the line deliberately. Dizzy Davidson here is trying to get around them, but I think they also know what I know, and the fact that this guy is a dick. So I let them through because when they were driving next to me, I was just waiting for them to take me out. So I'm just going to watch what they do, particularly with this Dizzy Davidson trying to pass them. They're pulling away from me anyway, so, well, Dizzy Davidson side by side. And we've got yellow flag conditions up ahead. We've got a car parked there off the racing line, which is there from the start, I think. Whoa, and Dizzy Davidson gets their way around the Carmeister, which means, uh-oh, look who's got to pass him next. Moi. The Kartmeister? There is a T in there. So maybe that's why they're a bit of a dick. They think they're racing in karts, perhaps. And I'm in a faster car than these two, but if they've got level performance on them, that's really not going to matter for shit. But it really does seem that even when equal performance is on, that the cars that are actually faster than the others still do perform faster, funnily enough. Whoa, it's a Kartmaster. Gets in the inside, goes around the outside. Well, maybe they're not being a bit of a dick. Maybe they're actually calming down here because they're actually doing some good racing there at the moment against Dizzy Davidson. I'm just waiting for my time here. Kartmeister runs himself wide. Goes back to the inside. Is he going to push him wide, is he? Or are they going to have nice, clean racing? Well, they're going to have some clean racing there, actually. So just telling Jeffrey, telling me there that there's some front wing damage to the car in front. So that really should be no excuse for me not to catch them, but clearly it is an excuse to not catch them because, well, I'm not catching them. That's generally what's happening. I'm pretty safe behind me here. I'm in 5th. There's that car still on the straight planted there, which obviously means no overtaking coming across the start-finish line at least. And, well, we gave that position to the Kartmaster because I thought they were going to take me out. And at the moment, I'm really nowhere near. Oh, there's another car up here. We've got a third car. It's a lapped car here, Luizio 106, which is being controlled by the computer here at the moment. So they're ghosted, so there's no issue there for us as we lap them. Bit of a distraction, if anything. And we're going to try our best here to catch on the Kartmeister. I'm just very nervous about what this person is going to do to us when we get next to them. I think they've got front wing damage, and you can see they keep running themselves wide, and I'm assuming that's due to the front wing damage, and I would highly doubt that they're doing that deliberately, unless that's their way of trying to defend their position. They are struggling slightly here, the Kartmeister. I'm going to try our darndest to get past them. Alright, get a good run up here. Heavy down on the throttle. Obviously don't pass in the start-finish straight because there's going to be a yellow flag situation. I'm just going to stick to the racing line. And they are continuing to be a little bit of a dick there. Planting it just off the racing line. Making their car nice and wide. I can see what they're trying to do. It's going to be a matter of finding an open door to slide past them here. They've got that front wing damage, as you can see. They're pushing themselves wide every time they go into a corner, so they're struggling with big understeer with that damaged front wing. And I'm going to assume also they've probably got a penalty. If they were the one at the start, they look like they were just taking everybody out left, right and centre. And I can't imagine they didn't escape without a penalty. But we're not going to risk just that hope. They usually tell us if they've got a penalty or not. And I don't know. I tend to ignore Jeffrey sometimes, but I haven't heard him say that. I only heard him say about the front wing damage. Bit of a cat and mouse game here at the moment. Kartmeister just hanging on. We're not going to try anything stupid on him, because it looks as though he's ragged enough that we might be able to find a door here. We've got one lap to go after this. See if we can connect into the slipstream here. We've got a good run on him. Don't know if we're going to get enough into turn one. We might. We'll flick to the inside here and go down the inside there. Outbrake ourselves slightly. Going to be on the left of me there. I don't quite trust him, and that's why we don't quite trust them. Two cars on a racing line don't go well to each other. And I'm going to be honest there. I don't think it was any more his fault than it was my fault. I think we were just two stubborn people going for one racing line, and 2 into 1 wasn't going to go. So I'm not angry. That's fair enough. It's a racing incident. I'm going to take that. Did not look like to me that he steered into me. So well done, Kartmeister. And that's kind of one of those 50-50 calls that you often get here on F1 games and Codemasters. That I mean, we've seen it in the career mode. Sometimes I've been lucky in terms of clipping someone and the other person spun out. But sadly, sometimes it isn't a 50. It isn't. Yeah, you are on the wrong end of the 50. So we've dropped back a position. We got overtaken by DJ Felipe Burns. Fair enough. And we now can just try and push our way home. We're not going to do that well with our first online one. We've remained calm. We had fairly clean racing. I was pretty satisfied with that event. And we risked it. We found a gap. And sadly, it didn't work out for us in the end. But here we go. We're going to cross the line. Just up here. We will finish in 6th position. Yellow flags. Even more yellow flags up here. Has there been another incident? Or is that just the same one? Anyway, cross the line. 6th place. Satisfied? Not the best, but we'll take it. So that's our first online race here on Casual Gamer Oz in between seasons 3 and 4. Remember, you can add me, NYC55David, if you wish to join in the online fun. But in the meantime, we'll speak to you for our next online race here on Casual Gamer Oz. Good night.